Aloha loves, aloha suns and waters. The sound is going to be shifting because right now I'm in the bathroom because it's early in the morning and I didn't want to wake anyone up doing my meditation and breath work. So, first of all, ain't nobody told me here in Hawaii no more school today. So here I was up at 5 a.m. and I go to wake my son up at 6 a.m. and he's like, "There's no school. What are you doing?" My bad. Nobody told me. Nobody told me. Okay. I should know that though, right? But so last night I was watching this video. I'm gonna tag this video in the comments if they're not gonna disable my comments like they did yesterday. But it was a healing practice. It was kind of resembling Tai Chi. And he mentioned this book. I can't really remember word for word what the book was, but go ahead and follow my Instagram at Koa Rising because it shows. I like to post little pictures there in my story in regards to what I'm channeling sometimes. So, anyways, I know this is like way drawn out, but so I was sitting there watching the video and I was thinking about how I used to start off these tarot readings when I first started. And I would start off with acknowledging the divine within, the divines that surrounds us. And then I would tap into our breath work. And I know I would mention awakening the dormant. Let me. Hold on. In a part of that, I mentioned internal medicine. All right. Tapping into our internal medicine. And while I'm thinking about this, no joke now, while I'm thinking about all of this, the guy mentions this book called The Emperor's Internal Medicine. So that was like confirmation for me. Like, yes, Kyrie. I almost didn't want to say my name. Like, Bert, you ain't got to know my name. But anyways, I'm sure a lot of you, nothing, never mind, sorry. But so I was like, oh my gosh, mahalo spirit for this confirmation because I've been feeling like the energy was off. And like spirit was showing me, like spirit said, Kyrie, you've been incorporating a bunch of different decks into your reading, and you started off with your mana deck, which was a gift from me, from spirit. Like literally, no joke, it was a gift from spirit. The way it happened, if you're new here, the way it happened, it was totally a miracle. All right. It was a miracle. And today is about expecting miracles, but today is also about receiving confirmation in regards to whatever it is that you're doing or in regards to whatever it is that you've been holding back from doing. All right. So I do want to start off this reading. And hopefully every reading from now, I know a lot of you don't come for that, but don't come for me. Like, this is how we should be starting our reading so we can properly receive the message, so I can properly give the message. All right. Like, this is just something that I like to do. And spirit's like, you're unique. Like, who gives? Like, I keep trying to remind myself, like, who gives a shit what they want? This is what they need. I'm that best friend that doesn't tell you what you want to hear. I tell you what you need to hear. I don't give you what you want. I give you what you need. And that's what spirit is showing me here too. It's like, I'm giving you what you need. So be clear on your needs as well. So here we go. Let's start off this reading. I will be pulling some cards, but let's start it off like this, all right? All right. Oh shit, the alarm. All right, so before we begin, let's tap in, let's connect to our breath, awakening the dormant spaces within the mind, allowing the blood to flow into spaces that haven't been for a very long time. Acknowledging the divine within and the divines that surrounds us. We're going to be picturing a light going down our spine as we take a deep breath into our core. allowing everything to flow. When we release, we're going to release with the buzz of the bees to tap into that internal medicine, to call them home, allowing them to pollinate, allowing us to bloom. Here we go. There's a light going down your spine. Mahalo, mahalo. For those of you that don't know, here in Hawaii, mahalo means thank you. I just felt like I had to clarify that for some of you. I know some of you is like, what is she saying? What does mahalo mean? All right, so let's get a card out from the mana deck. Spirit, what? Okay, it's coming out already. I was just going to say, what do you want to tell the collective? Ooh, I love this vibe. Number 44. Number 44 could be really significant for some of you here. All right. Ano ano. Let's see what this card speaks of. Oh my gosh, when I paused it to go to the page, it was on 616. Okay, come through. All right, so the seeds. Wait a minute. Let me read this chant. Ano ano. The chant for ano ano is... no. I don't want to read it, actually. My bad. The teaching of ano ano is reflected in Western proverbs such as you sow, so shall you reap. And be careful what you ask for. You just may get it. The seeds which you plant via thoughts, words, or actions determine what you will harvest. Therefore, it is very important to be in touch with the intentions that underlie your thoughts, words, or actions. The more conscious you are, my bad. The more conscious you are of what you intend for yourself and others, the more you fully can participate in creating that reality. Bring your concentration inward and focus your thoughts. Beware of your intentions and visualization. Wait, hold on. My bad. Sorry, guys. Be aware of your intentions and visualize your desired outcome. As you start to focus on what you want, picture what your life will be like when your desire is fulfilled. Try to imagine it in as much detail as possible. Keep in mind that if you cannot see it, you may never achieve it. I love this card. I feel like we just recently read it, but I love this card because this is what I personally have been working on. Shifting my mind, shifting my mindset, deprogramming myself, rewiring my brain and my body. So actually, when we first started this off, it was all about, last year I started this off and it was all about recalibrating the brain, rewiring the brain. And when I was watching that video as well, I actually took another picture and it was showing all the meridians in the body. And the picture, it looked like throughout the body there was these wires. And I feel like there was a time where the wires were tangled or misplaced, like the blue was where the red should have been. And it's like, now that we have rewired our brain, now our body is falling in line. Everything's falling into place. And that's where the magic happens. That's where you're able to manifest. This is interesting. I'm actually being called to read the teachings of Ano Ano. Ooh, I didn't even know that it said seed. So Ano Ano speaks of the seed, intention. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to read the teachings. If you want to stick around and listen, for sure. If not, I'll see you next time. Aloha. Please hit that like button. Okay, so the above chant talks about the world as an ipu, a vessel. For those of you that don't know what an ipu is, that's that gourd that Hawaiians use to um, create this sound of a drum while we hula, while we dance. All right, I'm back outside, so the sound will change, but let's finish reading this. Its seeds are stars, the pulpy mass are clouds, and its cover is the dome of heaven. In Hawaii, ipu, gourds, are used as vessels to hold water. Bowls, rattles, tapa, and drums. Gourds were often enclosed in tightly woven baskets made from ie, rootlets that protected them from breaking and made them easier to carry. The word for weaving is ulana. Ulana also means to still, calm, to predict the future. Humans, like Aumakua, guardian spirits, have both heavenly and an earthly nature. This dual nature is apparent in the way our thoughts work to shape our inner and outer worlds. Heavenly and abstract thoughts form the seeds of real conditions in our lives. Ano ano means seed, and figuratively, offspring. The word ho'ano means to take a definite shape. And so our nature weaves our reality. Our lives become the offspring of our thoughts and of our dreams. Consider this is so interesting. I have to pause. I have to stop real quick because it's so. Oh, and I just looked at the clock and it was 12:12. Come through, spirit. I mean, not the clock, the duration of this video, but so it's so interesting, like how all of these things that I've been doing to shift is coming back up, like my breath work, and it's like, and my weaving as well, and they're calling me to like share these gifts because they're more special than you think. And I know that they are, but it's like a reminder for me. I don't know if some of you weave as well. I know I love weaving. I feel like I just mentioned that the other day, how I want to incorporate all my skills, all my gifts into one. All right, so I just had to mention that because that was interesting how the weaving speaks of also predicting the future. So, anyways, consider the fate of Halemano in the famous love story of Halemano and Kamala Lavalu. Halemano suffered from delusion of an ideal love. His desire for her led him to pine for her continually until he simply wasted away. Through sorcery, Halemano was restored to life and wed to his beloved Kamala Lavalu. Wow, my voice is all messed up. I just woke up. All right, so bear with me. Hold up. After an initial period of passion, however, Kamala Lavalu became bored with Halemano and sought other lovers. Once again, Halemano's heart was broken. In most of the famous old legends, there are romantic adventurous stories. These are the flowers. They give pleasure. But the flowers come from the seed, the truth or principle of the message. The flowers change. Some grow big, some small, some are tossed by the wind until you hardly recognize the blossom. But the seed, the message, remains true. Thoughts are seeds that may grow into reality. Those who use and practice creative visualization claim that it is quite possible to use one's thoughts to direct the shape reality takes. A teacher of Hawaiian spirituality, Serge King, says, where attention goes, energy flows. Therefore, to exercise one's will to shape reality is power, mana. Another Hawaiian word closely related to ano ano is ano. I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know how to say it right now. I don't want to stay stuck on it. But it's basically the same word, just not separated. Anyways, which can mean awe, reverence, peacefulness. Yeah. Peacefulness, sacredness, holiness, fear, or oppression. Ano ano may grow to shape a reality in which any of these states may blossom. In order to grow awe, reverence. Wait, what the? Yeah. In order to grow awe, reverence, peacefulness, sacredness, and holiness, our gardens must be planted with seeds of the same. All of these states involve respect, trust, and detachment from the desire to control or manipulate. Without such seeds underlying our intentions, it is quite possible to become oppressed by our desire, our need for control, or our attachment to outcomes. It is tempting to begin the practice of concentrating thoughts upon the things, relationships, and situations that you want to manifest in your life. It is especially tempting to use visualization to control the will of others. Although this technique can be highly effective, a few words of caution are necessary. One must visualize frequently, for as soon as energy is taken away from manipulating the vision, it could begin to come apart. Hence, you may find yourself so busy attempting to manipulate and control things, relationships, and situations in your life that it will become difficult to enjoy life for its own sake, on its own terms. The seed of truth which underlies the story of Halemanu and Kamalalawalu contains the warning that sorcery-induced love could not last because someone with stronger magic, different charms could take it away. An additional danger is that even if one is able to secure the object one desires, it may be possible that one falls in love with is more imaginary than real. Perhaps this is why many spiritual teachers warn against attempting to manipulate and control reality. Buddhist and Hindu teachers warn that when you begin meditation, you may experience new psychic abilities and power, yet they advise students to ignore them. Stories are told of those who use their newfound powers for their own gain, often straying from the path of enlightenment. Jesus Christ thought that the way to pray is to surrender one's will to the will of God. One prayer that reflects these teachings says, I will do thy will. I will to do thy will. All right, so that's what it is. I know that took 19 minutes. Thank you for those of you that stuck around. I felt like that was really necessary because maybe some of you might be trying to do that, right? I don't know. But focus on those seeds. What seeds are you planting? What are you thinking about? I love you all so much. Have a beautiful day. Hit that like button, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Aloha.